So folks, we're here in the Queen's Park, Savannah. Just gonna take a casual walk around so you guys could get an idea of what it's like. This actually is the largest roundabout in the world. So remember to like and subscribe. Give me some comments below. Let me know what you think of the video. If you would visit Trinidad, if you have visited Trinidad, what was it like, your experience? Have you ever been to the Savannah? Let me know in the comments, folks. And enjoy the walk. Here you have a little park area, have some ponds as well. If you could view it. It's a nice picnic area. Have some benches there in the back, in the foreground. Yeah, you could see it now. Let's continue the walk. So as you can see, a lot of people, it's early in the morning. Right now in Trinidad it's about 7 o'clock. Some people need to go to work, but usually throughout the day park has at least a few people just walking around it, getting in that exercise, you know. It's a beautiful morning here in Trinidad. Hardly a cloud in the sky. Sun is nice and bright. So there's another view of the little park area for picnics, with the little ponds there. We're coming up here to the Emperor Valley Zoo. This is the zoo here in Trinidad. It's also around the Savannah. As you can see, they're doing some work on a new structure. Promises to be a real nice experience when it's finished, I imagine. So I'll keep you posted on that. So this is more or less the north side of the walk or the park. The north side you will find the zoo, you'll find the botanical gardens. This is one end of the botanical gardens, which is right next to the zoo. So we'll do a walk in the botanical gardens in another video. So look out for that. And if you'd like me to go to the zoo so you see what the zoo is like. Sure to mention it in the comments. You see they're cleaning up the park area here. So this is the day after Easter Monday, so there are a lot of activities here in the Savannah, as you could imagine. These guys are here to clean up after, because usually these areas are well kept. You can see the grass is well kept. Usually a very scenic area. Oh, it's a nice view of the Napa building in Trinidad, and a nice view of the little skyline here as well. So you should be able to get a close-up view of the Napa building as we walk around the Queen's Park Savannah. You see nice pui trees here in bloom this time of the year, the yellow flowers from the pui trees. And this here is the entrance to the botanical garden. So we'll do that walk in another video. So that was a good time for you to like and subscribe, so you will be able to see that video. Some nice trees as you walk around the Savannah. And a little shade from them. Plus you get to see these flowers. So these are the pink flowers from the pui tree. There's another pui tree with pink flowers. And there's one, no, that's not one. I thought the one in the background there was another pui tree, but it's not. But it does have some yellow flowers on it though. You can see there's a kite that got tangled in the tree there. So that's another tradition here in Trinidad around Easter time, especially Easter Sunday, Monday. Lots of kite flying here in the Savannah. Sorry we missed that, but maybe in the next year we could catch that. I don't know if you guys seen the squirrel that's climbing that tree there. But you would notice that there are lots of squirrels in the park here and lots of little animals. Sometimes you could catch a glimpse of them. It's another shot of the Napa building. That futuristic building you see in there in the foreground. It's another highlight, I would say, of walking around the Savannah in Trinidad. To capture the Napa building, which for me is one of the most futuristic looking buildings I've ever seen. It resembles the Sydney Opera House here in Australia. Or at least that building comes to mind when I view the Napa building here in Trinidad. So I don't know, you tell me what you think in the comments. Some people taking a nice little walk here. So next to the botanical gardens here in around Savannah. There's the president's house. As this building there in the foreground. And the garden of the president's house, usually around this time of year especially, you have people taking their wedding photos here in that gazebo. Very beautiful pictures, as you could imagine. And that there is a shot of the Queen's Park Savannah from this end of the trail around the Savannah. So, don't know if you could recognize it. Continue our little walk. Oh, there's a horse racing track that was here years and years ago. Horse racing used to take place here at the Queen's Park Savannah, and there's remnants of the track where that person is with the umbrella in the foreground there. That person is going around the track. So if you don't want to walk this paved area here going around the Savannah, you could also go on the dirt track, which is better on your knees, and there's less noise pollution, of course, less air pollution as you walk around the Savannah. You could also, that's a healthier trail actually, and a lot of people who, you know, train, do running, runners and stuff, they train on that track as well. This is a dirt track, especially beneficial to your knees. So as we get closer to the Napa building, that's what it looks like now. But we're still on the north side of this Queen's Park Savannah. We are approaching the eastern border of the Savannah, as I would call it. And there is the Hilton Hotel. Nice hotel for you tourists. Come and visit. Has a spectacular view of Port of Spain and the surroundings, and it's walking distance from the Savannah. So this one is for you tourists if you want to come. That's a great place to stay. So this walk, I would say, usually if you walk with a nice pace, a nice steady pace, I think reasonably you could make this in about 40 minutes. 40 minutes to make one circuit, I would say, going around the Savannah, which is very, very good. You could do this 3 times a week at least. You will be healthy. I could almost guarantee it. You're eating properly, you're sleeping, getting at least 7-8 hours a night, and doing a walk like this, especially on the dirt track side, man, that will work wonders for you. So this is we're just gonna pan around the Savannah so you see what it's like. We're approaching the eastern side, I would say, of the Savannah. Just doing a little pan for you all to see what it's gonna be like. Okay. Continuing the walk now. So yeah, for carnival time especially, book your hotel there at Hilton. Hilton for me is prime real estate for carnival, especially if you're just visiting Trinidad. With its proximity to the Savannah, to all the events, because the stage, the Savannah stage, which is the Queen's Park Savannah stage, which is this building here, is one of the main stages for carnival. So if you staying at Hilton, and I'm not being paid for saying this, I'm just trying to enlighten you viewers. Yeah, you book a nice room there at the Hilton, and you're within 5-minute walk to all the, well, not all the events, but to one of the main stages where every band has to pass, so you can't go wrong. So that's a tip for you guys. And of course the Savannah is right here, so you could walk around the Savannah in the morning and stay healthy, experience this walk. As I said, this is the largest roundabout in the whole world, so you will get bragging rights for doing a walk around the Savannah. Make some really nice pictures. The sunset view here is, well, it's better up at the hotel, but you get a nice sunset here in the Queen's Park Savannah as well. Sunrise and sunset, I would say, as it's going to come over the hills here. Sunrise, and the sunset is down the western end. I will be on that side. So like I say, you can't go wrong. So you're walking along the eastern border, I would say, of the Queen's Park Savannah. It also is a government building here. We're approaching National Insurance Board. So for the pensions and stuff, that's the organization for that. So if you're a government worker, you have to pay a contribution to the National Insurance Board. Usually automatically gets deducted from your salary. So that's the organization that handles that. Not sure how many of you are on a pension, but especially if you are a government worker, or even if you're not a government worker, I'll advise you, try to get that in order. So when you reach age of retirement, at least you wouldn't have that, you're not to worry too much about your finances. Not to say that it's the safest place to put your money, but the odds are, since it's a government institution and the economy is well managed, if you ask me, to an extent, it's relatively safe. It's relatively safe, to be honest. I can't think of a better place really to put your money for retirement. But as I said, don't put it in one place. Don't put all the eggs in one basket, as they say. So there's some good insurance companies that have pension schemes as well. So once you have a reputable, pension in a good institution, should be safe as well. So you put a little here, a little there. Time you're ready to retire, you get multiple streams of income. So it really helps. And it helps the economy as well. Alright, so it's another tip for you guys. Right, sorry about that. So back to our walk. So this is another shot of the Queen's Park Savannah from the eastern side of our walk. That's Queen's Park, Savannah. And the Napa building is just beyond the tree there. See the flowers in bloom on the tree, pink flowers. So we're gonna coming around this corner as we walk. We'll be heading up to see catch a glimpse of the Napa building. You could also write in the comments if you want me to go inside the building, Napa building, for you all to get a view inside of that building. See what it's like. Maybe taking a concert. If we get one of our subscribers or viewers to sponsor, yes, for sure. I'll show you guys that. So that's another thing we could touch on today. Remember, we have some merch for sale, some nice caps, t-shirts. You could also become a member of the channel. That helps support the channel in terms of the finances to buy tickets to go to different carnivals. So I could show you guys. It does help because at this point it's a relatively new channel, so not much revenue is being generated really, and I have to use out of my own pocket to go on these trips to show you guys. So any help would be appreciated. So for you foodie lovers out there, I'm pretty sure you have heard or you know about the Trini food in terms of the flavors, in terms of the variety, because we Trinidadians, we are multicultural, multi-diverse, so you have from basically all ethnic groups here in Trinidad are represented, and of course with that you get different foods from different regions of the world with a specific Trini flavor because of the herbs and spices we have in Trinidad as very unique, wonderful spices. So what I was saying, like on the evenings, usually you could come here in the Queen's Park, Savannah and get a little meal. Let's just take a look at some of the menus. So for those of you who don't like to cook or just want to grab and go something to eat, you could come here in Savannah. There's some decent food here. Alright, so you could take a snap just to see what the food here is like. Like I say, it's early in the morning, so practically no one is here at the time. That's the thing. In the morning, these places aren't really open. In the evening, however, yes, you could get something from, I would say, midday. If you want to come for lunch, grab something, 1 or 2 will be open. I noticed no one is usually open in the morning. There's another one here. These little food carts. Usually Trinidadians in the morning, they grab like a double. The doubles. Doubles in the morning, for something quick and relatively cheap. From lunchtime onwards, they normally would eat heavy meals. Trinidadians, I don't believe we eat breakfast. We don't have a heavy breakfast usually. How Americans eat their breakfast, we don't usually eat like that. Alright, so there's some of the food carts here represented around the Queen's Park, Savannah, and their menus. So Let me know in the comments if you all want me to come back here, let's say in the evening, to see what the activity is like, what foods are being offered, what the vibes of the whole, you know, experience. If you all want me to do that, let me know in the comments. So there's another one of the bigger food carts, I would say. That's the idea of what they're serving here. So this is a public restroom around Savannah, just so you know. And this that we're approaching here now is the Napa building I've been telling you about. So this is the view of the Napa building. See, there's going to have some event going on there as well. Just gonna walk by it. This is generally what it looks like. So the NAPA actually stands for, it's an acronym, it stands for the Northern Academy for the Performing Arts, if I remember correctly. So in San Fernando there's the Southern Academy for the Performing Arts as well. So I think I'll do a video of both, or let me ask you if you want me to do a video of them more extensively. Let me know in the comments. Alright, it's a side view of the building. Very, very nice structure, very unique design. Like I said, it really resembles the Sydney Opera Theatre in Australia, but it looks a lot better. Looks more modern, more futuristic. There's also a hotel there, I believe. So actually that's another great place to stay. You're right in the heart of the action. Come Carnival time, you're stones throw away from Queen's Park Savannah, because it's right there, right opposite the Napa building. So never stayed at the hotel there, so I really can't tell you about the experience. I have stayed at the Hilton, so I know they have a really comprehensive, you know, package, especially for tourists come Carnival time, or usually throughout the year really. But I'll have to check out their itinerary, if you could call it that, to see if they have any sort of anything planned like throughout the year in terms of packages, any deals. So again, let me know in the comments if you like me to find out for you guys. You know, if you let me know specifically what you want me to ask, so I'll do that for you guys. As you know, I appreciate your views, your subscriptions, your membership, you know, everything. I appreciate my viewers, and especially my subscribers, and definitely any members that decide to come on board. Appreciate you guys so much. I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to view what I'm sharing with you guys. So we're approaching another this is another one of the magnificent seven here. Another building that has been repurposed for government use. I'm not sure which arm of the government this is. Again, if you want me to go more in depth, if it interests you guys, let me know in the comments. I will definitely, let you guys know. So, again, another one of the magnificent seven. This one is on the southern side of the Queen's Park, Savannah. Just so you know. So this here now is the entrance to the Queen's Park, Savannah. So it's just opposite that last building of the magnificent seven that I've been showing you. So that's what it looks like in front. Just continue our walk. This here is one of the events that most likely is going to take place here at Queen's Hall, as they say. Just so that you could see there's more cultural activities that happen throughout the year in Trinidad that you could probably investigate depending on what you're into. So this building, I don't think it's one of the magnificent seven, but it is indeed one of that has some cultural value, and it goes back to the colonial era here in Trinidad for sure. And as you can see, it's been repurposed as a commercial building by Häagen-Dazs. So that's what happens here. These buildings, these historic buildings, in order to maintain and preserve them and not demolish them, they've been refurbished, repurposed, and that's really a great thing, because you get to preserve the heritage, catch a glimpse of the culture. Okay. This is the BP building here. One of the largest structures around Savannah. Next to it is TGI Fridays. This is opposite the Queen's Park, Savannah, on the southern side. Just so you guys know, you can go there, have a nice meal, have some nice drinks, usually American style food being served at TGI. I've dined there a few nights. The experience usually on a Friday is very good. This is a view of the hills on the southern side of Queen's Park, Savannah. Okay. Walking again. So this building as well, the maritime building here now, definitely falls within the era of the colonial times. So I guess I have to count it as one of the Magnificent Seven. Again, as you can see, it has been repurposed. It's now an insurance company that uses the the facilities, the building. So, I'll give you a good view of it from the front. That's what it looks like. Carry on. It's one of the churches here around Savannah. This is a Seventh-day Adventist church. A church for Seventh-day Adventists around Savannah. So obviously you guys can't smell what I'm smelling here around Savannah. But just to give you excuse me, just to give you guys an idea, you can actually smell the flowering pui trees as you walk along the Savannah. So the aroma is very enticing, very nice, pleasant. You know, so that's another great thing about, you know, walking around the Savannah or any botanical garden. You get to smell those enticing, very natural, wonderful scents, you know, while experiencing the sights as well. But that's another great reason to do this walk. I think we're passing another historic building. There's another historic building here that's been repurposed by, this one is an oil company, National Oil Company, which is Heritage Petroleum. This is their main office here around Savannah. Get some nice trees and some shade from these trees as you walk along as well. Approach another one of the historic buildings. This one doesn't seem to be repurposed because it seems to be in need of a little repair, but yet still it's the most authentic of them all. Definitely this is what you would have seen some decades ago, some centuries ago, I would say. It's the most authentic building I've seen. And kudos to those who try to maintain it, because it seems to be maintained. It's obviously being maintained because, you know, it's not dilapidated and seems to have a family living there, I'm not sure. This is another church. It's an Anglican church here now around the Savannah. So this definitely too has withstood the test of time because it is an ancient building. It's a coconut vendor stall here. That's what it looks like. It's one of the coconut vending stalls next to the cathedral, opposite the cathedral. There's the cathedral here. All this you'll take in to put yourself in a nice picture. You know, get some bragging rights. This is a very nice view here. So we're coming up on the western end now of the Savannah. This is the view from the western end across the Savannah with the sun rising there. That's what it looks like. Oh yes, and you have the US Embassy here now around Savannah. So I don't want to take photos of these places because, you know, the security around these places are usually tight. I imagine they don't want anyone taking photos, so just to give you an idea that it's there. So Sagicor building, insurance company here in Trinidad. Next to it is a new building. You see Huawei is there, Grand Thornton is there, GMR, Exim Bank, and Endeavor Holdings. So they have offices there. Pretty decent looking building. Not ultra modern, but modern. Some apartments next to them. So this, as I said, is the western end of the Savannah. So coming up there, you see the mountain with all the pui trees on the mountain that's dotting the hills there. I like the palms in front of this building. It's a nice touch, nice tropical touch. An apartment building. Tell me in the comments if you want me to investigate the prices to own an apartment, rent up an apartment around Savannah. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to find out. All this is Savannah, all this is Savannah. All that we have walked, it's almost 42 minutes of walk that we have done so far. And we still going. Haven't covered it fully yet, but we're getting there. So all this is the Savannah. Like I said, it's the largest roundabout in the world. There's a new building they're putting up. This is residential, high-end building. Yeah. Let me know in the comments if you want me to find out what's going on here. What's the prices gonna be like? Let me know. But be sure to like and subscribe. I think I'll just give my members that privilege though. I don't know. Tell me what you think about that too. So there's another building. It's not one of the Magnificent Seven, but it does have the architecture for that era. So there's another historic building now. It's worthy of a photo. As you can see, it's also repurposed. There's a nice shot of some of the trees surrounding Savannah. View of the mountains at the backdrop there. Very nice view. And I told you before, the scent as you walk around Savannah is more pronounced now that I'm on the southern western end, you would say, southwestern end of the Savannah, because the breeze, the crosswind is actually blowing the scent in this direction, so it's more pronounced on this side. We definitely can sense that aroma from the flowering trees. Very pleasant scent, very stimulating to your mind, you know, to get that the different scents in. So this is a picture of our present Prime Minister in the election time right now. It's on the 28th of April, so if you want to find out more about that too, let me know in the comments. It's another historic building. Yeah, that was repurposed. Exim Bank now either owns it or is leasing it, so they have to maintain it, so doing a fairly good job, I would say. And this other white building, another one from a bygone era. Unique design. Let's try to get that close up. It's a unique design there on that building. Seems like a residential building as well. And that there in the foreground, that's the Tattle building, another iconic building in Port of Spain, just off the Savannah. So this is another historic building, another classic structure here from that colonial era that has been repurposed as a college. It's the QRC building, or the Queen's Royal College. This is a building you can't miss as you walk around the Savannah. Very beautiful building. Magnificent structure that is testament to a bygone era, colonial times here in Trinidad. Very worthy structure. Very nice building. And it's a college, so it's good for the society. So we're on our final leg here as we walk in the stretch. A lot of coconut vendors along this side of the Savannah. That's the bell from the college, the Queen's Royal College. You hear it chiming. It's 8 o'clock here now. So if I can show you. Yeah, 8 o'clock. You're hearing that bell, right? So the coconuts, if you want a fresh coconut here in Trinidad, I believe the prices are around $12 to $15, but remember it ranges with every vendor, because I don't believe there's any kind of price control here in Trinidad. So they sell whatever they want, however they want, which is a bad thing. So anyway, it's another one of the magnificent 7 structures. So let me know what you think about this building. This is Hayes Court Heritage Site. So again, it's repurposed. I know they have a lot of events there sometimes, I imagine. Well, I'm not sure if it's a government institution or private institution, but I know they have a lot of events there. Coming up to another historic building, another one that's included in the magnificent Savannah that I'm sure of. So as you see, another repurposed building in National Trust of Trinidad and Tobago. So a lot of government institutions has taken over these buildings, which is good because they get to preserve part of our culture, part of our heritage, for sustainability, you know, because I imagine some of the tourists come like to take pictures of these buildings, you know, because as I say, it has been part of our history, is part of our culture, whether we like it or not, it is history. And we need to be reminded of what happened here in terms of the slaves and indentured laborship. This is to remind us of what our ancestors had to go through at the hands of the colonial masters. This is another one of the buildings. This one is, as you can see, is not repurposed, so I imagine the original owners probably have descendants that own it now and want to keep it within the family, I would imagine. I don't know the actual facts. And again, if you want me to find out, let me know. But that's it, folks. We're back to our first building. So we made the complete circuit. So remember, like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think. I know I need to improve. So you guys will help me, hopefully along the way. But thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. And bye for now.